Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Tuesday, the 12th of September, comes to you from London. And the dollar is still climbing just through the cloud in the short term. So the last few days have been better for the dollar. We are just seeing a recovery, hitting resistance just on the lagging line on the 60-minute chart, but finding support on this medium-term trend line on the point and figure chart. So just on a knife edge really, but the fact is the dollar is just looking more and more bearish all the time. We are bearish on the medium and long term cloud charts, still bullish on the point and figure charts. So just a lot of conflict there. And looking at the euro, we're seeing euro just pulling back against the dollar here. So euro dollar just weakening on that recent dollar strength. But at the moment, the trend for the euro, both medium and long term, is very bullish. Japanese yen dollar is strengthening here as well. So just seeing a bit of a resurgence, but no clear upside targets on the yen, so it's quite key. Looking at sterling, sterling is actually proving very strong, just nudging this 132 level, quite previous high here in August, just coming back to test that level at the moment. And we do have 133.30 as an upside, 138.29 even, but we do still have a lot of long-term targets hanging over us, and they're not negated yet. Looking at sterling against the euro, we're seeing sterling's renewed strength here as well, but still bearish in the medium to short term. Swiss franc, sterling climbing here too, and against the Aussie dollar seeing a climb there as well, but again medium and long term it's bearish. The S&P 500 recovered strongly last night, just nudging new highs on the weekly here. You can see on the daily where it's not quite through, but we're very close to new highs. It's all up again, and we're seeing a lot of upside targets. So the US market looking pretty strong. Nasdaq also bullish above the cloud on all three time frames, with 10% upside on both these charts. So we are just seeing the Nasdaq looking pretty strong. The Dow also just looking stronger, and the Russell 2000 also nudging new highs here. Of course, the July high is the real test for the Russell, and we've still got some work to do to get back above that. But a big pause for breath so far for small caps this year. Maybe we'll pop and run higher. Looking at the future is also bullish, and the Nasdaq E-mini is up 0.1%, so no real heads up as to which way the market will open. FTSE 100 was up 0.5%, just recovering into bullish territory on the short term. Medium term is still sideways. FTSE 250 still a little bit in the doldrums. The UK market not trending as clearly as the US. DAX is pointing higher, so that is looking stronger. Weaker euro probably just helping here a little bit in the last day or two as well. And the Nikkei also looking stronger on a weaker yen. Hang Seng is still holding its bullish position. Shanghai is very much sideways the last few weeks, but still looking pretty bullish. And we look at the Sensex, this is still looking very much like a strong recovery here, so the Indian market looking good. If we take a look at the Aussie market, up strongly yesterday as well, and we're just seeing now this move back into the top of the range, but very much in a sideways range. Brent crude down very slightly, just turning bearish on the cloud chart, 60 minutes. And WTI was bearish yesterday ahead of that, so we are just seeing some bearish action on the short-term charts. Looking at US nat gas, trying to get back above this $3 level and struggling. Copper selling off quite a bit after a very strong rise the last several weeks. And heating oil, we talked about heating oil making new 2-year highs. It's just struggling to hold these gains at the moment. Taking a look at gold, if we look at gold, we see here that gold is pulling back quite strongly. We're back into bearish territory on the short-term chart. That hasn't negated these upside targets yet, so we still have quite a lot of upside potential for gold. So this pullback's quite sharp, but quite conceivably short-lived. The medium and long-term chart still looking very bullish, and silver just pulling back as well. Taking a look at US Treasury yields, recovered somewhat yesterday, back on this stronger dollar as well at 2.14%, so back into the teens. Apple, we said we were a bit worried about Apple, bounced quite strongly yesterday, but still just nudging the bottom of the cloud. Just a little bit of a concern there on Apple, and just need to keep an eye on that. Google looking strong, Amazon looking strong, Facebook looking very strong, activating new upside targets here, 32%. And another 30% target just activated here as well. So we are seeing A lot of targets to the upside for Facebook, so it's looking pretty strong. And Microsoft similarly nudging new highs. Just look at that trend over the last year. Microsoft just really continuing to motor ahead. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.